excited to show you what we have in store today. Let's go find out what this year's theme is and meet the players.
Sonic Boom!
Let's chat a little bit with Carlos Puerta.
How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
What are your plans this weekend?
I'm here at the Global Game Jam, super excited. We just got our new topic. I'm here helping out teams with any of their problems, art, programming, helping them get started. And I just expect to see some really cool stuff by the end of the weekend.
So tell us a little bit about the topic.
So the topic this year is repair. That's super broad. So people are taking it in the sense of like repair time, repair buildings, repair objects. It's one of the cooler ones in that it's super vague. You know, the students here and other developers can take it wherever they want to take it.
What's so excited about Global Game Jam that you wanted to continue throughout the years?
The way, I mean, like I said, the way it brings like anybody who's never done it before, it gives them a way to jump in. It's how I kind of started a few years ago, and it's a great way to like get cool ideas out with no restrictions.
How do you hope this weekend will end?
Seeing some really cool games.
Awesome, thank you so much, Carlos.
No problem, thank you.
But thank you for coming out. This is the 2020 version of the Houston Global Game Jam. If you are unfamiliar with what the Game Jam is, basically it's happening all over the world, all at the same time. Happening all over the world, all at the same time.
Hey everybody, let's meet Larry Hendricks.
How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing great. Looking forward to these 48 hours.
Awesome, tell me a little bit about Global Game Jam.
Global Game Jam is an event that happens all over the world at the same time. 48 hours to take a game from concept to prototype. A lot of fun.
What do you hope everybody will accomplish?
Hope everybody finishes their game or at the very least learn something about game development.
How is Global Game Jam going to impact everybody?
It's a great way to learn about the process. It's a great way to develop networking, develop friendships, all that good stuff.
Awesome, thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
People here, so we'll probably take like the top 5 to 10 games and see who wants to work on what games and see how the teams kind of naturally form. And kind of based on how that goes, we'll go from there.
Let's chat with Dennis Matthews. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm good too. Tell me a little bit about this weekend.
So this weekend we're doing the Global Game Jam. The Global Game Jam is a 48-hour game-making experience that we're doing for the local city of Houston with our professional and indie game developers.
What's your role this weekend?
So my role is more of an organizational kind of role, so I kind of make sure that all the games get made to the best of their ability.
Awesome, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
How do you see Global Game Jam in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see it being a lot more hardware being set up. We see more and more VR and wearables trickling into these kind of things. And in 5 years, it's going to be crazy. Like we're going to need a lot more space for all the different kinds of things being shown off. But I'm hoping that'll mean it'll be a next level in terms of the cool stuff being shown off.
Okay, anything you want everybody to know that you don't think they might know?
I want people to know that game development is here in Houston. You know, we have some really talented people, and I don't think enough people know that about Houston. So hopefully this helps get the word out there a little more.
Yes, let's hope it does that. Next person. This is Vince Hernandez, everybody. Tell us a little bit about your gadget.
So this headset is for augmented reality. What we can do is we can actually see things in space, and that you can do things like take pictures, take videos, or actually have instructions on how to put things together or how things work. So it gives you additional information to the thing that I'm seeing right now.
That sounds super cool. How do you hope to implement this into a video game?
Well, if you do things like we can actually like first shooter games, instead of actually playing the controller, you can actually use this headset to shoot at things in space or bring different instructions.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
everybody. We're here at Global Game Jam. Everybody is brainstorming. Everybody is coming up for ideas for the next game. We're so excited to see what everybody comes up with.
Choco, choco cookie. I have a CBCC. I have a cookie. I have a choco. Choco cookie. I have a cookie. I have a butter. Butter cookie. Choco cookie.
Hey guys, my name is Zach with Team Dragon. Our game is Base Wave. You'll be able to find it on the Global Game Jam 2020 website, so I hope you guys get to check it out. I'll tell you a little bit about it. So I did the sound effects for everything. So from an audio standpoint, you got a bunch of sci-fi noises, lasers, explosions, and then basically how the game works is it's a top-down base defense game. You're defending against oncoming enemy minions. There's a couple different kinds. They all have different weapons. And as they damage your base, you can repair it so that you can try and survive as long as possible. Obviously, when your base dies, then the game's over, and you're shooting for the highest score you can get. So best of luck to you guys, and if you can come by, try our game, leave a comment, that'd be awesome. Thanks.
My name is Nicholas Randall, and I'm with Team Glue. We worked on the game Hog Glue. It's based on a character that's made out of hot glue, and he uses his grappling hook ability and other abilities to move through platforming levels. We each had roles spread out. I did the sound and audio, and Jake and Callaway and William did programming and some UI design and menus, and Martin and Jason did art. And I'm pretty impressed with what we got working, because it seemed at one point that it was going to be a complete failure and we were close to giving up, but then we kept going and we pushed through, and now we have a couple levels strung together. I think it's good for a game jam, and personally I'm satisfied with the music I made. I hope you like it. Tried to make it catchy, and with our game we have several concepts in play. One of them is that you have a grappling hook, so you can attach to say rocks or whatever in the level and move through it. Another is that when you step onto a hot plate, your character of hot glue becomes more liquid-like, and he can shoot hot glue from underneath him to propel himself into the air. And we have several levels built around this where you have to kind of avoid touching the walls and jump through space to reach the goal. And another thing is that the music changes state based on which state your character is in. So if your character is in the normal state of just kind of semi-melted hot glue, then it's going to be the normal music, which is kind of funky. And then if you're more liquidy and warmer temperature, you're going to become, the music's going to change pace into a more upbeat kind of 90s inspired track. Well, what inspired me for the music is the Faster Than Light soundtrack. I bought that a few years ago, and so that inspired me for the main menu to have kind of an ambient, spacey sound, because I also initially made that for a slow version of our character movement, but then it became the main menu theme. The main theme that plays most of the time, I was more inspired by real-life musicians such as Lewis Cole, and Thundercat and the like, and just their use of rhythm and their sound choice, such as like organs and like analog synths. Really, that's what drew me to make that. And then for the hot theme that's faster paced, I'm kind of thinking of a Super Hexagon vibe to that. That was a really catchy track for me, and like the composer behind that track, I listened to a lot of his work. Forget the name right now, but yeah, those are my inspirations.
Hello, I'm Jerron Adams, and I'm here with Team Occupants working on our board game, Rebel Repair Rush. It's a deck building worker placement game where you're trying to build up your space station and blow up your opponent.
Yo, what's up? My name is David Nelson. This is Global Game Jam 2020. First day was kind of good. Got to explore new strengths, meet new people. I kind of worked in. I had the opportunity to work outside of what I'm normally around. Normally, I'm surrounded by computers, technology, all that stuff. So I had the opportunity to tell myself, you know what? Let's try something different. Why don't we just do a board game? And I do not regret that decision. Now, day two was where it was at. It was time to buckle down. So I had to do like hours upon hours upon hours of drawing, but I did not let that get me down because I draw every day on a daily basis. So I found that part to be my most favorite part of this day, of that day to be exact. But then again, as I used up all that energy, I went straight down. But now here we are, third day, and we're wrapping it up, trying to make sure everything's in place. All I can tell you that at the end of this day, whatever happens, happens, and I hope our game turns out to be a great success.
Hi, I'm Angel Macias.
And I'm Eric Mullidu.
And we're Team Bioroboticists.
We're here at Global Game Jam 2020. We've been here for 3 days now working on our little tower repair game in Unity.
We're doing everything C# in Unity. We're developing a fantasy style.
This was definitely kind of ambitious for what we wanted. Classic Game Jam, we had to scale back some stuff, but I'm pretty proud of what we came out with, and I had fun doing it, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, we developed a fantasy style tower repair game where instead of being the main character in charge of placing down the towers, they're pre-placed or placed by an AI, hopefully in the future. And we are the people on the ground maintaining things behind the scenes. So as the towers get damaged or run out of ammo, we need to run up to them and supply them with the ammo or repair them before they go get destroyed.
The name of our game is Restore the Legend. I hope you really like it.
Thanks for watching.
Hi, my name is Brian Habersberger. I'm here at the Houston Global Game Jam 2020. So this is my second year at this Game Jam. This year I'm working on a team called Less Than Perfect, and we're making a VR game in Unity called Take Your Time. So the premise of the game is that you're a scientist and you've invented a time machine, but the company you work for is taking it from you. So you're trying to break back into where you work, get the time machine, and get out of there. And the mechanic of the game is you have to solve a series of puzzles, kind of like an escape room, in order to assemble the full capabilities of the time machine. There's some time travel related puzzles, there's time manipulation, time slowing, time speeding up related puzzles that you have to do in order to get out of there with the time machine.
How's your experience at Global Game Jam so far?
This is my second year at the Global Game Jam. It's been a really great experience. Spent a lot of time at the facility here working on the game. We have a great team of about 10 members. We had a very strong art team, strong sound development. A great opportunity to meet people who are in game dev and different aspects of game dev. I'm actually not a game developer by day. I have a completely unrelated job, and so this is more of a hobby and networking and hobby development for me.
Hey, my name is Zach.
Hi, I'm Nicholas.
And we're here to talk about our experience here at Global Game Jam 2020.
Yeah, I had a great time. It was my first game jam. I had developed a game soundtrack before with my friend, but this was completely different. The time constraints and the building and everything was just really nice, and I enjoyed the pressure.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Coming together with a bunch of guys you just meet and throwing together an idea, and then you just have to come up with a quick plan, and everyone just takes initiative, and you just get to work and see what happens.
Yeah, despite any technical problems, our team pushed through. For instance, like one of our team members has a computer that if he leaves it on for too long, it'll start screeching like a cat, and so we just had to work through that, and eventually it just became like a normal part of the background noise, but it was pretty funny at first.
Yeah, I was actually in the room with them, and I can affirm that it was very loud and squeaky, so that was an interesting event. Yeah.
How'd you guys sleep?
Oh, I slept great. There was a free room open near the edge of the building, and I just put my sleeping bag there, put my earplugs in, got 8 hours of sleep about every night, and woke up with my coffee, and it was good to go.
That's a little bit more sleep than I got. I stayed up quite late, and then tried to get at least 4 hours of sleep, and then unfortunately I slept a little bit more than that because I needed it. But yeah, no, I'm feeling good. I'm ready to launch our game. So.
Is this y'all's first year?
Yes, this one's my first year.
Are y'all gonna be coming back next year?
Yeah, I'll definitely come back.
Yeah, same. Yeah, this is my first year as well.
So the Global Game Jam is all about networking. It's all about people with a passion for making games coming together, having fun, getting to know each other, and producing a product they can be proud of. I see the Global Game Jam as something that stretches all around the world. People all around the world play video games. They love video games. They enjoy video games. You know, there's a special art to making games, and when you share that art with other people, it's sharing a part of your passion, sharing a part of your knowledge. And that's the best way to contribute when it comes to participating in the Global Game Jam. I tell people all the time, if you don't learn anything from this, then that's when it's a failure. But if you retain the knowledge from the 48 hours, then that carries over for the entire life.